Welcome to The Deep Dive, the show where we distill complex ideas into clear, memorable insights just for you.
Glad to be writing in.
Today we're embarking on a truly fascinating journey, tackling some of the most fundamental questions about existence itself.
Yeah, the big ones. Where do we come from? What's the universe really about? Our place in it all.
Exactly. Our source material for this deep dive is Part 1, Chapter 1, The Principle of Creation as Revealed by Reverend Myung. And our mission really is to explore how this text approaches these huge questions. It aims to uncover a root principle, something it argues can shed light on mysteries that have, well, puzzled humanity for ages.
What's immediately striking, I think, is its unique approach. It's not just abstract philosophy.
Right.
It actually invites us, you, the listener, to look at the familiar world around us, but with completely new eyes.
How so?
Well, the idea is that we can start to fathom God's invisible nature by observing the created universe. It's kind of like seeing an artist's personality reflected in their work, you know? The creation becomes a substantial manifestation of the creator's unseen qualities.
So finding the profound in the ordinary, basically.
Precisely. It's a call to see a deeper structure in everyday reality.
Okay, let's unpack this blueprint of existence then. The text starts with this concept it calls dual characteristics.
A universal principle, woven into everything.
And the first type is yang, representing masculinity, and yin, representing femininity.
Right, but these aren't just static labels. They're about dynamic, reciprocal relationships, essential for anything to exist, to thrive.
And you see it everywhere once you start looking, like the text points out.
Absolutely. Subatomic level positive, negative, neutral charges making stable atoms.
Then atoms themselves bonding through positive and negative valences to create molecules.
And in nature, the stamen and pistil in a flower, male and female in animals. Obvious examples.
It even suggests it's within us, right? Latent feminine qualities in men, masculine in women.
Exactly, which echoes that biblical account of Adam and Eve as complementary halves. It's a very pervasive idea in the text.
And the text extends this even further, doesn't it? It mentions other correlative aspects.
That's right. The pervasiveness is quite astounding. Inside and outside, up and down, strong and weak, even directions like east and west.
So the core insight is that nothing exists in isolation.
Exactly. Everything needs this harmonious, reciprocal relationship between its yang and yin aspects to truly function and persist. It's presented as really foundational.
And that's just the first pair. Then it introduces what it calls an even more fundamental duality.
Yes, internal nature and external form. This one's really compelling.
The idea being that the visible outer shape of something actually resembles its invisible inner quality.
Precisely. The form you perceive isn't arbitrary. It's a reflection, a manifestation of something deeper, unseen within.
The prime example given is us, human beings.
Right. We have an invisible mind, our internal nature, and a visible body, our external form.
And the body isn't just a shell. It's a direct reflection of the mind, according to this view.
Which helps make sense of why some traditions believe you can, infer character from outward appearance, physiognomy, palm reading.
That intuition that the inner guides the outer.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this relationship is crucial. Think of the internal nature as the blueprint, the cause, the subject partner. Intangible.
And the external form is the result, the tangible building, the object partner.
Yes. They relate as cause-result, internal, external, even vertical and horizontal influences, in a way. This implies a purposeful structure in everything, where an inner essence shapes the outer manifestation.
And this isn't just for humans.
No, not at all. It applies right down the line. Animals, plants, they have an internal faculty directing them. Even energy and particles possess an internal nature guiding them to take specific forms. It's presented as a universal design principle.
So, okay, if everything in creation has these dual characteristics, what about the first cause? What about God?
Yes. The text makes that logical leap. If creation reflects the creator.
Then God, as the origin, must also possess these dual characteristics.
Right. The original internal nature and original external form, and original yang and original yin.
So God is described as the harmonious subject partner of dual characteristics.
And, very intriguingly, the harmonious union of masculinity and femininity.
Which ties back beautifully to Genesis. So God created man in his own image. Male and female, he created them.
It suggests our dual human nature directly reflects God's own nature. It's a profound connection.
It's interesting how this resonates with, but also differs from, say, some East Asian philosophies.
Like the I Ching, with the great ultimate yang and yin, the word.
Yeah. There are similarities in recognizing duality.
Absolutely. But this text suggests that while those systems grasp yang and yin, they might not fully articulate this internal nature and external form principle in the same way. And the key difference, according to this text, is that fully grasping both aspects allows for a deeper understanding of God as having a personality, an
Mhm.
inner essence expressed outwardly.
Adding another layer to understanding the divine. Okay, so we've seen the blueprint. How does it all work? The mechanics.
This is where universal prime energy comes in.
God's fundamental, eternal, self-existent energy.
Exactly. The origin of all forces, the ultimate wellspring driving everything.
And this energy drives something called give and take action.
Yes, it's this constant dynamic interaction between subject and object elements within everything, prompted by that universal prime energy.
So it's the engine generating the forces for existence, multiplication, action.
Precisely. Universal prime energy is described as vertical, coming from God. Give and take forces are horizontal, arising from these interactions.
And we see this everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Atoms, electrons, and nuclei. Molecules, ions, bonding. Ecosystems, oxygen-carbon dioxide exchange. Bees and flowers.
Solar system, sun, and planets.
Yeah.
Even our bodies, arteries, veins, breathing in and out. Mind and body.
Right. And beyond the physical, it's seen as key for harmony in families, societies, nations. Mutual interaction for mutual benefit.
There was also a surprising application, I thought, regarding the conscience.
Yes, that's quite insightful. The text claims that even in someone who has strayed far, the conscience is always active, nudging towards good.
And this is generated by give and take action with God as the ultimate subject partner.
That's the idea. The human fall, in this view, disrupted that direct connection, leading to interactions affected by negativity.
And Jesus' role is seen as a mediator to restore that.
Yes, to restore that perfect give-and-take action, reestablishing the pure flow between humanity and God.
Building on that interaction, we get to the four-position foundation. This sounds central.
It is. It's presented as absolutely fundamental. Let's break it down. Imagine God as the origin. God projects his dual characteristics, creating distinct object partners, like Adam and Eve, for instance.
Okay, origin, then division into partners.
Then these partners engage in give and take. They unite and form a new object partner to God, their children, for example. This whole cycle is origin, division, union, action.
Got it. So where does the four-position foundation come in?
It's established when all four positions, origin, God, subject, Adam, object, Eve, and their union, children, fulfill the three-object purpose.
Which means?
Each position takes turns being the subject partner, interacting lovingly and purposefully with the other three. When that happens, the foundation is realized.
And this is described as the fundamental foundation of goodness.
Yes, the realization of God's purpose of creation, the root of the principle of three stages. Its completion provides all the forces needed for stable existence and activity. It's the bedrock of purpose.
Okay, here's where it gets really captivating for me. The tangible manifestation of this.
The three-dimensional mode of existence.
Yeah. All beings that establish this four-position foundation exist by moving in circular or spherical paths.
It's a striking image. Think of planets orbiting the sun, balanced by centrifugal and centripetal forces.
Or electrons orbiting a nucleus. The spin of protons, it's this constant motion.
The text even suggests our own mind and body, when aligned with purpose, ultimately revolves spherically around God. It connects the cosmic and the personal.
And it's not just rigid orbits, right?
No, not at all. It's described as dynamic. The angles of revolution constantly change. This variation unfolds the dynamism and creativity and the beauty of creation and its infinite variety. It's a universe in constant, beautiful motion.
Which raises the question, what's the ultimate center of all this spherical movement?
The text is clear. God is the ultimate center. Humans are the center for the rest of creation, what it calls symbolic creation.
But God is the center for humans, so God is the ultimate center of everything.
Exactly.
So let's bring it back. What's the ultimate goal? Why did God design all this intricate interaction?
The text gives a deeply personal reason. It's all for God's joy.
Joy.
Yes. God created good object partners to take delight in them. Especially human beings, created in his image, uniquely able to share joy with him.
How does the text define joy here?
It says joy isn't solitary. It arises when we have an object partner that reflects our own nature, stimulates us meaningfully. In the same way, God feels the fullness of joy when stimulated by his creations, his substantial object partners, because he sees his own nature reflected back. It's a reciprocal flow of love and appreciation.
And this purpose is laid out in the three great blessings from Genesis. Be fruitful, multiply, have dominion.
Precisely. The text frames these not just as commands, but as the pathway to fulfilling God's purpose and establishing the kingdom of heaven.
Let's unpack those briefly. The first blessing, individual perfection.
Right. This is about unifying mind and body within oneself, centered on God through that harmonious give and take. Becoming a temple of God, embodying divine nature, sharing God's heart. A perfected individual reflects God and brings him joy.
So internal harmony first, then the second blessing, family multiplication.
Yes, once individuals achieve that perfection, they unite as husband and wife, raise children, establishing a family four-position foundation, also centered on God. This ideal family unit multiplies love and goodness, bringing joy to God and to each other.
And the third blessing, dominion over creation.
This is where perfected individuals and families unite harmoniously with the natural world, because nature also reflects human internal nature and external form. This forms a four-position foundation of dominion-loving stewardship, really.
Bringing joy to God and humanity as creation flourishes.
Exactly. And when all three blessings are realized, the text says that's when the kingdom of heaven on earth is established. Ultimate goodness manifest, God's greatest joy realized.
Which really underscores the centrality of human beings in this whole picture.
Absolutely. The universe's purpose and center are human beings. That command for dominion makes sense if you think, as the text suggests, if there were no people to appreciate the universe, then it could be likened to a museum without any visitors.
Our appreciation gives creation its value.
In a sense, yes. And we're also the microcosm, containing the essences of everything, mineral, plant, animal elements. Our bodies resembling the Earth's structure, we're the center of the internal natures of the natural world.
It's a powerful view of our potential role. But then there's the shadow side.
Yes, the tragic counterpoint, the human fall. Because of this, the universe lost its center.
And it's described as groaning in travail.
Metaphorically waiting, yearning for perfected human beings to restore that center and bring harmony back.
Okay, let's unpack this further into our own dual nature because this gets very personal. The source talks about two worlds.
Yes, the incorporeal world, spirit world, and the corporeal world, physical world. Both are presented as substantial realities.
Mirroring our own mind and body.
Exactly. And we perceive the spirit world through 5 spiritual senses, not our physical ones.
And our position is multifaceted. Rulers of both worlds, mediators between them, microcosms encapsulating everything.
It's a huge responsibility and potential outline there.
So let's look at the reciprocal relationship between the physical self and the spirit self.
Okay. The physical mind directing the body is focused on earthly life, survival, reproduction, nourished by tangible and intangible things.
And here's a critical point. Our physical actions, good or evil, directly impact our spirit.
Yes, they produce what the text calls vitality elements. These infuse the spirit and determine its quality, its health, its nature.
And the spirit self, our true self.
It's our substantial incorporeal reality, the subject partner to the physical self. Designed to communicate with God, eventually govern the spirit world. It grows by receiving life elements from God, kind of a yang input, and those vitality elements from our physical self, a yin input.
And it gives back.
A healthy spirit sends living spirit elements back to the physical self. This brings joy, strength, resilience, even healing to our body and mind. It's a constant, vital exchange.
Now, here's a point that really stands out. Spirit growth and perfection happen only during earthly life.
That's what the text strongly emphasizes. It's quite urgent. This growth happens in 3 stages: form spirit, life spirit, and divine spirit.
A divine spirit being fully mature.
Yes. Able to perceive the spirit world accurately, capable of building the kingdom of heaven on earth.
And that earthly foundation allows a smooth transition to the spirit world.
Exactly, to the kingdom of heaven in the spirit world. It underscores how crucial our earthly life is. All our spiritual sensibilities, our character are formed here.
Which is why Jesus had to come in the flesh, the text argues, to save humanity on earth, because restoration starts here.
Precisely. The primary objective of the providence of restoration must be carried out on the earth. Our earthly life is our one shot, in this view.
This brings up agency. How does heaven or hell work then?
It's not God imposing judgment, the text clarifies. It's the spirit itself. Spirits damaged by sin on earth find God's love unbearable. They can't fully breathe it, so they choose to dwell far from God in what's called hell. It's a consequence of their own internal state.
A matter of resonance or lack thereof?
In a way, yes. Personal responsibility looms large.
Let's look at the human mind itself, a union of spirit mind and physical mind.
Yes. And within it, several faculties. The conscience, directing us towards what we think is good, but potentially flawed by ignorance of the absolute standard.
Conditioned by culture or personal bias?
Potentially, yes. Which is why there's the original mind. This pursues absolute goodness, God's standard, and tries to correct the conscience.
And then the evil mind.
That forms, according to the text, when the spirit and physical minds fall under negative influence, Satan's bondage, it drives evil actions.
But the original mind and conscience fight against it.
Yes, there's an internal struggle described.
And this all comes back to human responsibility. This seems absolutely key.
It's central. God gave humans a portion of responsibility like the command not to eat the fruit.
Not a limitation on God, but a gift.
A gift of co-creatorship. By fulfilling our part, we inherit God's creative nature, become creators in our own right.
The growing period is the realm of indirect dominion, where we have our part to play alongside God's principle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the goal is the realm of direct dominion perfection, unity with God, sharing love, spontaneously doing his will, leading to direct loving dominion over creation.
And the text really emphasizes our part. Salvation knocking at our door will be for naught unless we fortify our faith, which is our portion of responsibility.
It's a powerful call to action. Our choices, our efforts, they matter profoundly in this framework.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for us personally? This deep dive has revealed this incredibly expansive vision.
Yeah, a universe built on dual characteristics, powered by give and take, structured by the four-position foundation.
With humans right at the center, intended to bring joy to God and establish this kingdom of heaven here and hereafter.
It really offers a framework, doesn't it, for understanding not just the cosmos, but our own nature, our potential, our purpose. Every interaction, every choice, it all contributes to this larger design, the striving for harmony and goodness. It gives immense weight to our lives.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought for you, the listener. As you go about your day, consider the everyday give and take actions in your life, a conversation, how you interact with nature, anything really. How might viewing these through this lens, subject and object partners, striving for harmony, fulfilling a deeper purpose of creation, how might that change your experience of them?
It might just reveal the profound hiding in the ordinary.
Until next time, keep diving deep.